Why are you staring, Nanako?
One of the most off-the-wall theory that a lot of people are trying to include in Persona 5 is the theory of the reverse Arcana. We know, well, some of us know, the meaning of the upper right Arcana of the tarot cards, but what happened when it is upside down? Some say this guy represents reverse justice, and this girl represents reverse judgment. In fact, this guy alone has two theories on the reverse Arcana. And do not some of the game mechanic already confirm the existence of the reverse Arcana? Maybe, but it also might be the exact thing that disproves the theory. People who do not like the version of Akechi Justice typically bring up the theory, which I'm not going to lie, they sort of throw it away after reviewing Akechi's backstory. But sure, even the Shido revenge plot alone can still be linked to the Justice Arcana, so let's take a look at the meaning of the upright justice. And I know you Persona mages already did your paper on it, but there are also kids here who just played the game for fun and didn't. We'll be taking advantage of the information from the tarot.com today, which by the way did not sponsor this video. Email me please, I'm very hungry and cold.
Nom nom nom.
The Justice Tarot card has to do with moral sensitivity, and that which gives rise to empathy, compassion, and a sense of fairness. Since the time of Solomon, this image has represented a standard of humane and fair-minded treatment of other beings, often including the image of fulcrums or scale, which help to balance competing needs against the greater goods, and the two-edged swords to symbolize the precisions needed to make clear judgment. This card reminds us to be careful to attend to important detail. It's a mistake to overlook or minimize anything where this card is concerned. The law of karma is represented here. What goes around come around. Now, I think many of us might already be satisfied with that as a representation of Akechi characters, but that is not just enough for some of you, is it? Well, guess I don't see too much compassion and empathy in him, to be fair. So let's flip it upside down then.
Hey!
Sorry, what? Oh, you know the meaning of the upside down justice cards. And you can explain how it linked to Akechi character? Awesome, take it away then, my little assistant.
Hello everyone, my name is Red Velvet, just like the cake. Thank you for coming to my debut stream.
This is not a debut stream, please continue with the video.
Sorry. Okay, where were we? Here's what some people on the internet have to say. Akechi represents the reverse Justice Arcana, since the upright Arcana means the ability to moderate conflict using logic and reason, control of one's desires, and honesty, while Akechi is the reverse of those. Instead, he is dishonest towards both Shido and the thieves, and seeks to use both for his own goals. He chooses to become insane using his own powers when backed into a corner, and lets his desire for revenge against Shido and his favor in killing the thieves cloud his better judgment. Some, if not all of his actions also seem to be impulsive, such as the aforementioned berserk thing, which is also against the upright meaning of the Justice Arcana. Apparently, the impulsiveness and dishonesty also resulted in his end in front of the Phantom Thieves and his cognitive self in Shido's palace.
Very well put, and this is the common representative of how most people who believe in this theory try to explain this part. However, there is a big problem with this, and why I'm not a tarot card expert, nor are you. Let's consult our expert today, Tarot.com. Tarot.com mentioned that there are 4 primary ways that people interpret the reverse card, and that many tarot readers who use reversal simply believe the reverse tarot cards deliver the exact opposite message of the upright card. For example, if the devil show up in reading, it can indicate being trapped, where the reverse devil card can indicate being set free. This is the easiest way to interpret reverse tarot cards, but it's not necessarily the best way. The second way suggests that they hold the same basic energy as the upright card, only it will be strengthened or lessened. For example, if you draw the 3 of Swords tarot card upright, it can indicate heartbreak, but if you draw the 3 of Swords in reverse, it can indicate that you are either less heartbroken than you were previously. It is up to the querents to determine the true meanings of the cards, so you must listen to your guts and pay close attention to the surrounding cards. Third, delay and block energy. For example, the 10 of Cups in an upright position is a card of celebration. It indicates happiness, marriage, birth, and other reason to rejoice. If this card show up reversed in your spread, it can mean you still have this thing, but you have to wait for them. This isn't to be taken as a negative thing, however it is simply a lesson to be patient or to help you find a way to remove the block. Lastly, internal energy. Usually upright tarot card represent people, energy, and situations that are happening around you and impacting your life from the outside. When the tarot card is reversed, for example the Page of Cups in an upright position can indicate a new person or relationship entering your life. The Page of Wands reversed, though, could mean new emotions are welling up within you, that your own view of love and feeling are changing, apart from outside consumption or who happen to be in your life at the times. To close it off, Tarot.com mentioned that using reverse tarot card is extremely complicated and it is for the advanced reader. So what is the meaning of reverse justice? Well, Tarot.com interprets this as when the justice card is reversed, the deeper meaning of the situation is being withheld for reason only the higher power truly understand. There are times that logical, common, rational, and organic law are all written by some paradoxical higher order. At that time, you won't be fully informed about what is going on. Wait, stay quiet, and keep watching and listening. Eventually, the chaos will resolve itself and the truth will be revealed, which can be linked to Akechi and his situation with Yalda, if that is what you like to believe. So which interpretation should we use for the Persona game? Clearly, most people who bring up the theory usually ignore the rest and go with the opposite meanings. However, this question has already been answered in the past by the developer.
Are you perhaps referring to the reverse persona mechanic? Now that I think about it, does the existence of a reverse persona mean that the reverse arcana is real?
Yes, but a lot of people misunderstand this part as well, so let me try to clear it up. For those who are unfamiliar, reverse persona are negative versions of the original persona that are depicted in various color scheme and used by boss character in battle. The concept is only present in Persona 2 duology. However, it is hinted at in Persona 3 Fest, Persona 4, and Persona 5 Royal. As we discussed earlier, there are many ways to interpret the reverse cards, but when it's come to reverse persona, it is strictly the reverse energy of the original card that is used to summon the reverse persona.
So that means that the reverse arcana is real?
Yes, super real. Now stop interrupting. While this indeed confirms the existence of reverse persona, a lot of people forget that the Persona Arcana and the Born Arcana are two separate things. As we can see from characters like Aegis, whose Born Arcana are Aeons, but whose persona is of the Chariot Arcana. While the game continues to throw us reverse persona, it's never thrown us the actual reverse Born Arcana, except that 2 times.
Which is that in Persona 3, social links can be reversed if the protagonists fail to interact with the people who hold them by responding incorrectly when talking with those people or by not spending time with them. In fact, the exact imagery used to convey this is having their arcana flip upside down. Until the protagonist makes up with them, the inverse effect will remain in place, making it impossible for the protagonist to combine personas from different arcana. Which kind of sounds like the block of energy way of reading the tarot card. This does not change their personalities or the way they act in the story at all, and they will summon the upright persona in the battle. However, the reverse social link mechanic slowly fades as the series progresses in number.
Wait, I know it's your first day on the long form video, but I don't have enough money to pay for your voice. So let me explain this next part.
But
please stop talking. I'm running pretty dry here. Alright, so the next one is not actually a reverse by name, but some people do consider it to be in nature. And that is Adachi Joker Social Link.
Hey, Jester.
Yeah, that's what I said. Please stop talking. Anyway, before we can talk about the Jester Social Link, we need to talk about another Adachi Social Link that share the same space as the Jester, which is hunger or lust in the Japanese version. I have no idea why they changed it to hungers. Maybe he was hungry for some cabbage or something. The hunger or lust arcana, like the Aeon Arcana, is not present in ordinary tarot decks. However, the devil bear comparable symbolism. The Lust Arcana number 11 is the Thought Tarot equivalent of the Strength Arcana. Lust stands for the danger of losing control and becoming power hungry. The card also suggests strength. Although strength is gained through dominance, it is not the actual power, but the sheer pleasure of misusing it. Similar to how the Lust Arcana is the Thought equivalent to the Strength Arcana, the Jester Arcana is intended to invoke the Fool Arcana, which is numbered 0. The Jester is a suppressed version of the Fool, representing ignorance, spontaneity, and freedoms. In the case of the Jester, the Querent is misled and unwilling to collaborate with others, as opposed to the Fool who is friendly to everyone.
Nanako.
Ultimately, the Jester pretends to be a fool rather than being one. Now, the reverse fool meaning, according to Tarot.com, is that when the Fool card is reversed, you are entering an unfinished side of yourself, a part still caught in shadow of ignorance or immaturities. An emotional reflex or psychological attitude could be holding you back from responding authentically and naturally. Release yourself from any dogma or taboos so your natural truthfulness and instinct for right action can be restored. If you wish to try to make sense of it through Adachi's story, then the related Arcana depict Adachi's relationship with the world due to his loathing of it, his warped nature, and his ambition for a new world order. In one of the possible endings, if the protagonist aids Adachi by destroying proof of his crime, Adachi is set free, but by the protagonist to him by blackmailing him into silence for having committed a crime in order to protect him. Under those conditions, the protagonist would make the most of Adachi's social link as a Jester Arcana and confirming Adachi's belief. Otherwise, if the protagonist confront Adachi alone before embarking on the mission with the group, their relationship would change. They wouldn't be on a speaking term, but Adachi Arcana would change to hunger, revealing his ideal to be nothing more than a desire for lust within the already stable world. As you can see, it looked like the developer are not really the one to make things overly complicated when it comes to the topic of reverse Arcana. They choose to treat the reverse persona as the opposite force of the original, and use the reverse social link as a summon and progress blocker, rather than going into deep story. However, the only time they are doing that is,
Hey!
okay, fine. Go ahead and say what you need to say. I don't need money anyway.
And lastly, rather than outright use the reverse fool, they choose to go with the Jester Arcana instead when they want to incorporate the aspect into the main story, showing that if there is an intention to include such a mechanic, the dev will always show it in the game itself. While we don't think there are any hidden reverse Arcana in Persona 5, it'll continue to be one of the interesting theories that we'll keep our eyes out for. But what we do here is not to make a decision for you, but to put all the information on the table for you to make your own conclusion. However, more importantly, did you know that most people misunderstand Anne's characters? If you want to know what everyone got wrong, feel free to find out here in this video and subscribe for more Persona and JRPG content here on our channel. How did I do?
Well, only 30% of people are going to make it to the end of the video, but you did great. All we can do now is hope they like it.